That is taking a picture with the charging bull outside the NSE building. May I request the award winners and the grand jury to please step outside for a picture. And the rest of us will see the visuals on our AV. Please, may I request the award winners to stand up. We will have the volunteers guide you outside. Grand jury. I did that. Also. Just to share, this bull statue outside the NSE is actually a representation of the financial strength and market optimism. And just a fact, a nuance that I'll share with you. Unlike the Wall Street and the BSE bull, this is a life-size human-size bull that is situated in NSE and has 6 to 7 individuals that represent investors on our daily life that are investing with the exchange. I'm sure this is what he was sharing outside as well, but since you couldn't hear it, I thought I'll share it with you. Welcome back. We all were awaiting you. We missed the interesting story, I'm sure, that was shared outside. I tried to share my bit here, but we missed it. Good to have you all back. Great. I think we can start the session. So welcoming you all back to the Desi Dhaakad Social Impact Awards 25-26. And thank you all of you for being here. So today's evening is actually dedicated to individuals and organizations that are not just imagining a better India, but they're actually building it, one community at a time, one initiative at a time, one courageous step at a time. That is why we are here. We are here to salute all those unstoppable Indian women who have become the agents of progress. And here, these awards are therefore very unique to us, very special to us, because they are here to energize this spirit of grassroots change. We, on behalf of, or I, on behalf of Desi Dhaakad Initiative, conceptualized by Etherwire.AI, powered by RB Foundation, co-hosted by NSE Social Stock Exchange. I am Kavita, and I'm the host for the evening, and I'm very happy to welcome you all here. To share a little bit about what is Desi Dhaakad. These awards were actually created because we realized that a lot of transformation is actually happening away from the headlines. And Desi Dhaakad platform therefore took it as its responsibility to bring it on the national stage. We want to bring these stories and driving force and recognize these leaders and institutions that are transforming life. We want to remind ourselves that impact is not just a concept, it is a commitment. This word, Desi Dhaakad, finds its origin in the Hindi word Desi, and we chose Desi because we wanted to be rooted in the Indian heritage and culture. Similarly, Dhaakad. Dhaakad meant courageous, gutsy, and tough. Therefore, the phrase actually symbolizes all these women who have embodied resilience and courage while staying strong and grounded to their cultural identity. This analogy of Desi Dhaakad was to celebrate these rooted change makers who have shattered stereotypes, who have redefined norms and forged new paths with grit and determination, and are making indelible impact across industries and societies. It needs to reflect the ethos of women who have unapologetically chosen to be bold, but still connected to the soil, to their mitti. Inspired by these countless stories of resilience, innovation, and leadership, the sole motto of Desi Dhaakad was to amplify these voices. With the awards today, that is what we strive to do, respect and honor this spirit. So let us begin this evening today, and the first thing we must do is salute our Matrabhumi. So please may I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय
Thank you. Now to begin. In India, every meaningful journey begins with light. Light which depicts knowledge, hope, and courage. A tiny flame that has the power to eliminate darkness. Therefore, we must begin this auspicious evening with lighting the ceremonial lamp, which symbolizes the collective spirit of change and impact. May I invite the distinguished dignitaries to join me on stage for lighting the lamp. Dr. Harish Ahuja, Head of Social Stock Exchange. Please may I invite you on stage. Mrs. Roma Balwani, Ranjana Maitra, Vaishali Babu, Sarita Hegde Roy. Please may I have you on C. Rohan Kanchan, Bhavesh Kothari, and Sarita Bell. Please may I, yeah. Please may I invite. And Jyoti, I am so sorry for that. Jyoti aapka naam, sorry. I couldn't have made a mistake. Please, please.
वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ
वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ
निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
Please, if you could just continue to stay on stage. So friends, this lamp represents the thousands of lives that has been touched by the work of change makers we celebrate together tonight. So please may I request one representative of each winning institution to come on stage. We are now going to mark the official opening of the Desi Dhaakad Social Impact Award with the dignitaries and the winners striking the ceremonial bell. Please may I request the winners to come on stage, please. Yes. This stage is meant for all the winners. Please make yourself comfortable on it today. I think everybody else can join hands for this moment. Fabulous. What a moment this was. What a moment. So with that strike, we officially set in motion the Desi Dhaakad Social Impact Awards of 25-26. Thank you everyone to be here on the stage. Of course, a lot of you are very curious about what Etherwire is, and therefore we have a small audio video on Etherwire. Please, if can somebody play the Etherwire audio video? Thank you, friends. So riding on this energy, let us begin with our first keynote. This keynote is by someone who has witnessed the transformation of India's economic and institutional landscape, and who continues to support all platforms that strengthen the country's social economic system. It's an honor to invite Dr. Harish Ahuja on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Ahuja. Dr. Harish Ahuja heads Sustainability, Product and Strategy Development, Power and Carbon Markets, Primary Market Relationships, and the Social Stock Exchange at NSE. We are very eager to hear you, sir. Over to you.
We have a convention of written speech, but I'll try to add some stories also. Ms. Jyoti Rai and Etherwire team, Ms. Roma Balwani, co-founder, RB Foundation, Ms. Shilpi Thapar, Governance and CSR, Ms. Ranjana Maitra, Grand Jury, esteemed jury members, awardees, champions of social change, other guests and dignitaries present here. Before I start my formal speech, I remember when Jyoti met me first time, almost 1.5 years back. I got a call from MD office that someone is going to interview you because I think we are transferring the SME sector. And I think one lady who can do the justice with this story is Jyoti Rai. I thought, okay, I should meet her. And after a lot of iteration around question answer, finally when we were recording the interview, I remember, suddenly in between of the interview, she came with a surprising question. She said, sir, how I, as a founder of Etherwire, can support women founders to get listed more SME companies. I said, there is no separate category here, but I could see the zeal of supporting women in her, you know. And then the second question was, there could be some concession for female founders to come and list on SME? I said, you are a very progressive, dynamic, confident lady. Don't ask her concession. Prove yourself and come and list here. And I do remember subsequently, we keep meeting, and they always want to do something for females, you know, so women, entrepreneur, social impact. And finally, I think she landed here in the Social Impact Award for females. Very good idea. Thank you very much for, I think, supporting us also in the endeavor. It's truly a pleasure to welcome all of you in Desi Dhaakad's Social Impact Award 2025-26 at the NSE. We are happy to support all of you as a venue and co-host for this meaningful initiative. I'd like to share certain data which will kind of bring clarity why these awards are very important for institution as a whole. NSE started as Social Stock Exchange, where the philanthropist, NGOs, Section 8 societies can come and raise the capital for their social causes or social impacts. The vision came in 2019 by Honorable Finance Minister, but it took almost 3.5 years because COVID struck us. Sometime in Feb 2023, we launched this platform, Social Stock Exchange. It's a, I will say, regulated social stock exchange. 9 other countries, including UK, Singapore, Brazil, Indonesia, have already started this. Most of them are utter failure. 6 countries couldn't see the success. Only 3 countries like Japan, Singapore, and Malaysia, which is kind of copy of us, are reasonably success. India is leading the flag, you know. And the reason is, I think, in the visionary leadership of definitely Prime Minister Modi and his entire team, but Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, who's sitting upstairs, who's our MD. I think when we started this platform, the idea was that we would not totally see this area with the lens of a capital market, where we had to put a lot of compliances, a lot of, you know, the word is rigorous process of filing the documents. Will be slightly light touch, because the idea is to bring the right people for philanthropy-based causes and raise the capital. And I'm very happy to share that around 150 NGOs already registered with us. 16 NGOs already raised the capital here, for around 45 crore. I would not say it is very big or very huge achievement, but at least a beginning. 15 more issues are about to come, a cumulative raising around 60 crores. The very good part is regulator, SEBI, had been very dynamic and very agile. Wherever the NGOs like you or people like you approach them in terms of seeking some help or seeking some regulatory flexibility, they had been very candid and very straightforward. They had did it very fast. I mean, earlier the issues I'm just giving some idea here. All SDG goals, if you are involved with, you can come and raise the capital here. Earlier, the project size was supposed to be 1 crore rupees. If you are coming and raising the capital, you need to have minimum 1 crore fundraise size. Now it has been brought down to 50 lakh rupees. Earlier, the investor only with a check size of 10,000 rupees were allowed, because initially the thought were maybe it will be misused. But now, with the success of this platform, the threshold of investment has been lowered down to 1,000 rupees. And even that 1,000 rupees could be paid by UPI, ASBA mechanism. So a lot of flexibility is there. The idea is, can philanthropy in an outcome-driven fashion be promoted in a capital market? Because if I remember or recollect the Honorable FM vision, the idea was to bring the capital market closer to the masses, so that financial inclusion and inclusive growth can take place. And I think that is happening by this 1,000 rupees check or ASBA. Many projects have been submitted. We follow a rigorous mechanism to approve them. 2 specific issues are very much dedicated to women causes. And I like to highlight one very important thing which is happening, which is going to be launching India's first social bond, regulated social bond on the platform of NSE SSE with the help of Madhya Pradesh government. And idea is again profound. And it's a maiden issue which is coming, I think, in next 30 days you will see the launch of this social bond on NSE. The idea is sending 600 girls from backward district or tribal district of Madhya Pradesh to Japan and Germany, where they can contribute as a health worker. It's not a big project, it's only 11.7 crore project, but 90 more crores are behind this project. Once this project is successful, there are 90 more crores approved for other projects. So this is a profound start for social bond on NSE. I think Desi Dhaakad, why it is important for us, let me share. When we did the analysis why these 14 issues are not quadrupling to 70 issues or 100 issues, we were missing these stories. We were missing the stories of beneficiaries which are getting benefited out of this platform. And we were thinking that we should do something wherein beneficiaries or impact creator can come forward and say, this is the job we are doing with the money raised on this stock exchange. And I think Desi Dhaakad, I'll request all of the awardees, if they can come forward and they share stories, if their life stories or how they're helping the beneficiaries, it will be great compilation for us. I think it can become a great compendium for us. My request to Jyoti and other team members, juries, identify few quality stories. My team is here, will associate again with you. This story can be created in a kind of compendium, and that can be circulated by social stock exchange platforms so that many more people can come and donate to such causes. I would encourage many such awards, and I told Jyoti that it should be a ritual in terms of annual event, but the idea is come with the impact stories. May this awardees, may this jury member continue this journey of wisdom, philanthropy in a transparent manner, and they keep blessing social stock exchange at NSE again and again. Your journey in the future forward be impactful, prosperous, and nation building. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for those wonderful views. Actually, I wanted to keep you on stage for some more time. There's a token of appreciation we wanted to hand you over, sir. Please, sir, please. It's an honor. May I request Mrs. Roma to, of course, come over on stage. And please, may I have a round of applause for this? Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Romaji, I'm going to invite you again in some time. Well, moving on, let me share. Behind every meaningful initiative, there's a vision, obviously, and an idea that stories of courage deserve a platform, that these architects of change, they deserve recognition. The Desi Dhaakad initiative was born from that belief. Before we hear more about it, let us play a small audio-visual introducing the Desi Dhaakad platform. Are we playing it later? Okay. All right. Anyways, I think we are facing some technical issue, but moving on, let me just invite the mentor and the guiding force behind this initiative, Mrs. Roma Balwani, to share the vision of Desi Dhaakad. To introduce you, Mrs. Roma Balwani is the co-founder of RB Foundation, an independent director on listed company boards. Previously, she has also served as the president of Vedanta Group Brand and Communications, chief communications officer of Mahindra Group. She personally believes in giving back and is actively associated with Disability Cricket as the pro bono CEO and brand custodian. Roma Balwani's leadership journey was immortalized as a case study in an international academic journal, inspiring young women to lead, rise, and believe as part of a thesis presented for a doctorate degree of a professor. Over to you, Mr. Roma.
Good evening. Thank you for that introduction. I'm not sure that I deserve all of it, but today I stand before you as a mentor for this very important Desi Dhaakad Social Impact Awards. I think for us, as Mr. Ahuja explained to us, the relevance, the importance of these awards are not just for today. It is the beginning point where we are looking at a journey. And I always say this little bundle, where is she? Jyoti, who has the passion to take this step forward and create a platform where many will benefit in the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we say, every powerful movement begins with a simple but bold idea. This IP has been a labor of love by Jyoti Rai. Please give her a big hand. Where's she, founder of Etherwire.AI? She's always in the background. I believe that RB Foundation would like to support this platform because for me it's personal. I'd like to share that for me today is a special day. It's the birth anniversary of my mother, late mother, who was a teacher in Sindh when women were not allowed to work. And I think I take that values from her and RB Foundation tribute to her today. What is very important is the collaboration with NSE Social Stock Exchange, which has not only co-hosted, but has supported this wholeheartedly. Thank you, Mr. Ahuja. The Desi Dhaakad Awards was really born from a belief that India's most extraordinary change makers are often the least celebrated. The impact doesn't always come from visibility, but it also deserves recognition. And this is not an award, this is a platform. It's a movement to spotlight courage, resilience, and grassroots transformation. A celebration of many individuals in this room and organizations who are not waiting for change, but are creating it every single day. From women rewriting their stories and their destinies, to communities lifting each other up, to innovators solving real India problems, DDSIA stands for the spirit of a truly Viksit Bharat, powered by the women of today. So may I call the jury on stage, and we would like to felicitate them. Can I have each one of my jury members and my co-chair to please come on stage. Rohan, Kanchan, Sarita Hegde Roy, Vaishali Babu, Bhavesh Kothari, Jyoti. Can you all please come on stage? Have I missed anybody? I am the co-chair. I'd request Sarita Bahal to please come on stage to give the mementos.
Roma ji, thank you, jury. I think it clearly makes, I would say that the impact only multiplies every time we share these stories, right? That's what we've got the message from you, Mrs. Balmani. Moving on to the next session. Our next segment brings together two distinguished voices of a conversation that is both timely and relevant. Here, through a fireside chat, we dig deep into the topic, women as architects of Vikasit Bharat, from empowerment to economic leadership in the era of AI and climate change. For this conversation, may we invite thought leader Shalini Singh onto the stage. Let me introduce Shalini Singh. Shalini Singh is an independent director, board member, and a CXO with 27 plus years of leadership across integrated communication, brand, reputation management, CSR, sustainability, and corporate governance. A former group brand and communication head of RPG Group, she has served as Chief Communications and Sustainability Officer at Holcim India, ACC, and Ambuja Cements, and Tata Power. Joining her is the business leader and the sustainability advocate, Mr. Mukund Rajan. May I invite you on stage, sir? Dr. Mukund Rajan is the chairperson of eCube Investment Advisors, a first-of-its-kind platform created in 2019 to catalyze ESG changes in corporate India. He also chairs One Planet Partners, which is launching a commercial, returns-driven mid-market growth and private equity platform in India, only focusing on sustainable, profitable growth while embracing climate positivity. Prior to this, he has held senior executive positions in many of the Tata companies. He's also a member of the ESG Advisory Committee constituted by SEBI. He's a member of the steering committee of FICCI. And of course, he's a Rhodes Scholar. And the list can actually go on. Thank you both of you for being with us. And over to you for an engaging and a captivating conversation.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to you, Dr. Rajan. I think today's conversation is not just timely, but as we see, is very transformational. And I want to start with a long intro that we have on you, Dr. Mukund Rajan. What exactly do you do? Please throw a light on that, and let's start with that.
Sure. So I chair a firm called eCube, so-called based on 3 E's: engage and empower for ESG. So everything we do is focused on ESG, sustainability, and increasingly now, specifically the climate change agenda. So we have 4 initiatives that are ongoing. One is a partnership with the Industry Association FICCI, where we are knowledge partners to the Center for Sustainability Leadership. The second is a joint venture with the Indian Express, which is in fact being announced later today. This is a digital sustainability engagement platform to bring communities of interest around sustainability issues together. The third is, as you heard, a private equity fund that we are raising called One Planet Partners, focused on offering growth equity to mid-market unlisted companies. And finally, we have one project outside of India focused on the African market. We are knowledge partners to the Stock Exchange of Mauritius, helping them to establish a sustainability board, which will host issuances of sustainability-linked financial instruments targeted at the African market. The African market is pretty much similar in size in terms of requirement of capital to what India will require.
And what role do you see women entrepreneurs and also women at the grassroots level playing in these kind of areas that you see, especially climate tech? What would you envisage for them?
So first of all, let me say it's wonderful to see this platform being created. I believe this is the first time these awards are being hosted. So congratulations to everyone involved in this, starting with Roma. I think women have a very important role to play. And if I might just spend a moment on how important women have been in my life and in my career more recently as well. My wife is a founder She runs a wealth advisory firm, which is possibly today India's largest independent multifamily office called Waterfield Advisors. But in eCube, the firm that I chair, we've just appointed somebody who's worked with me in the past in Tata's, a lady, Sri Lakshmi, as the managing director. Most of the people in the organization are women. The private equity fund that I'm part of, we have 4 partners, 2 are women. Wow. So I can see the value that all of them are bringing. Is just incredible to see. On the specific issue of climate and sustainability, so 2-3 things are worth noting. First of all, there isn't that much capital that has been coming into India to support some of the smaller enterprises, typically the startups that founders would be involved with in climate and sustainability. So if you look at private equity as a whole, potentially $50 to $60 billion in good years that have come into India. Maybe around less than 15% of that has anything to do with climate. Within that, the bulk of it tends to go to 2 sectors. One is mobility, largely electric vehicles, electric mobility, and the other is renewable power. So solar, wind projects. The minute you get into smaller initiatives, energy efficiency, rooftop solar, things like that, you find that the capital available starts shrinking quite dramatically. So already there is maybe a little bit of scarcity of capital. We need to see much more risk capital coming to the space. Within that, the challenges for startups are enormous. The data we looked at, less than 1 in 10 small enterprises are able to raise a second round of funding after the first round. So if you're a venture capitalist or angel investor, you back somebody, chances are that only 1 out of 10 makes the cut for the next round of funding. And within that, around 7 or 8% of women-founded companies.
Absolutely.
So you're talking about 7 or 8% of 10% of 15% of private equity. So we need to see many more women coming in is the...
Right. And I was actually going to ask you that while we have seen systemic challenges for women, especially as entrepreneurs in climate tech, and then again the funding being a larger issue, what could be the opportunities? I mean, how do you think they should position themselves, or they should look at those areas which, from the leadership point of view, your gender does not matter?
I think several things that the founders themselves need to think about. First is, where do you really fit in terms of capital raising opportunity? Sometimes people get confused. I know there are a number of nonprofits here, for instance. Are you in the impact space? Or are you trying to create a for-profit enterprise? Are you a social enterprise where you're going to redeploy a lot of the profits into the enterprise and its growth? So where do you really fit? Because there's a spectrum of capital providers, each of whom is looking for something different. Right. So if you go with an impact venture to somebody whose mandate is to really generate profit for their LPs, their limited partners, you're barking up the wrong tree. You're never going to make progress. So the first is be very clear what you're trying to accomplish. And sometimes we ourselves don't know. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to do something that's meaningful, useful use of time, try and see if you can create a product or a service that makes sense to the market. You aren't sure if you want it to be profitable or just something that gets along, but serves a purpose. So be clear where you have to fit in. Then make sure that you tackle the right set of potential investors. And you have to have enormous courage and persistence. Never give up after the first 2 rounds of potential rejection. I've seen that with my wife. She's been doing this now for the last 15 years. It's getting easier. There is more risk capital, but also there's more support that's coming in. I mean, we heard about the Social Stock Exchange, for instance, is one of the various infrastructure facilities that are being provided. The banking sector is now being tasked to do more to support women founders. So if you have the right idea, the right proposition, bring together the right consortium of initial investors, and then you're persistent and you have the courage to keep knocking on doors. Right. Eventually, I think there is a big place. And in terms of where you could play, climate essentially is now beginning to touch, or let's put it more broadly, sustainability is beginning to touch every part of the Indian industry. you've seen that, and maybe you should talk about, many of the ventures that you've supported, both with the companies you worked with and in your personal capacity. You've seen, I think, across the spectrum, wherever energy is required and wherever there's a product or a service, there is going to be a sustainability angle. So maybe you should share a little bit of your thoughts as well.
Well, you've turned the table now. So I think two of the initiatives that I recall, which I'm very proud of, is to set up the first micro-entrepreneur, women-driven dairy, marble dairy in Maharashtra. It was very profitable and very, very high on technology, and is successful, still running and functioning. The second one was basically again a rural women micro-entrepreneur work that we did called Anokha Dhaga. It was inspired by Okhai of Tata Chemicals, where we set up a platform for all women to do this. Today there are about 20,000 women across the country associated. The program is running, it's very successful, and it has broken even. So some of these at the grassroots level, but I also wanted to know from you, now that the AI comes in and the digital divide that we see at the grassroots level growing for women, how do you see this as a systemic challenge for women? Does it complicate the issue? Does it make it more complex? What is your view?
So first of all, AI is going to upend pretty much life as we know it for all of us. I think there's no point trying to avoid the issue or evade the challenges that are going to be created. The only issue in my mind is how much time it's going to take. There will be some markets where it's going to upend everything much faster, and some markets, including India, where I think we have potentially a few years before the real impact starts getting felt in industry after industry, sector after sector. And so it's going to impact everyone. It's not just women, everyone. Having said that, we also need to look out for what are the advantages and opportunities that AI can potentially bring, including dramatic improvements in efficiency, productivity, and on the climate agenda, the amount of information you can get in terms of alerts, advance warnings, a sense of what's coming your way before it actually happens, so that you can prepare yourself and put in place right actions, mitigation, adaptation, and so on. Women, unfortunately, in both scenarios, pre-AI and post-AI, have had the additional challenge that who's making the calls, who's making the decisions. Today in AI, when you look at large language models, how are they being trained? What cues are being given? What hidden biases are potentially creeping in? And a lot of the faces you see in the world of AI, the world of IT, are frankly men. So if the wrong inputs or the wrong commentary or the wrong boundaries without the right guardrails are being put in, it's obviously going to have less than beneficial impact. So I think women need to play a much bigger role. But that means that they have to be much better inserted into all the situations, all the infrastructure, all the protocols where decisions are being made. And therefore, we need to see many more women acknowledging this, being aware of it, and then asking for a role at the decision table. That's beginning to happen. And to that extent, I do believe that even schemes that you have for instance, this idea of having at least one independent director on boards as a woman, you need to have some of that to force the pace. It's not something you want to see in perpetuity, but to force the pace, you need to have some of these schemes, you need to have some of these ways of getting women to participate in the decision making. I think we need to see much more of that. And women need to be demanding that themselves.
Right. And it needs to move from empowerment to actually power and influence, because I think where we are lacking is the influence part of it, because either the numbers are not enough or the voices are not stronger. So coming to the last question, Dr. Rajan, what's your personal mantra in life? When you look at Viksit Bharat, what do you think would be your personal mantra to do for, and I would not say to do for women workforce, but to look at women as in the leadership position differently?
Shalini, you might remember in Tata's in, I guess, 2014, we had a major initiative around diversity. We wanted to double the number of women and triple the number of CXO position women in the Tata Group, and we gave ourselves, I think, 10 years to do that. I'm not sure where those numbers have reached so far, but I think you need to have that kind of vision. In India today, the number of women who are participating in the labor force with paid jobs, unpaid, everyone is already doing it, whether it's the care economy or the work you do in rural areas, in the farms and so on. But paid jobs, India today, depending whose numbers you believe, you're either at somewhere between maybe 20% to 35% female labor force participation compared to men who are close to almost 75 to 80%. We need to have at least something similar or approaching the number of men with paid income in this economy. And I think all of our initiatives need to be pushing in that direction to get women to be more welcome in the workforce, to step up and aspire to those positions, and to demand a place at the decision table where these jobs are being sort of decided and opportunities are being opened up. In private equity, which is where I spend a lot of time now, there are initiatives like Women in Private Equity, WinPE, which are trying to now open up opportunities for more women to become partners in funds, the way we've done in our fund, for instance. But we need to see many more role models who are sort of showing the path to others and more opportunities. I think that's what will take us to Viksit Bharat. Otherwise, if you have more than 60%, 65% of women not really being part of the paid economy, not being able to generate income, not having collateral that can be used later for entrepreneurship, we're going to have a major problem in this country.
Yeah, and we are going to have a very unbalanced workforce, which, which does not have the right representation, and inclusion will be just a dream. So thank you very much for that very, very insightful conversation. Really great to be hosting you today. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for being such a wonderful audience.
Hello. Yep. And may I invite the DuraFed founder, Mr. Sahyog Pandita, and Mr. Soumyakant Padhi of Indorant to come on stage to offer a bouquet of thanks to Mr. Mukund Rajan and Shalini Singh. Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Well, moving on to the next segment. Next in line, we have an innovative initiative that focuses on expanding opportunities through financial empowerment and education. Presenting to you the Shakti Credit Initiative. The team Shakti is going to take a little while, and in the meanwhile, may I request you all to see the beautiful Etherwire video that we have built for you. May I request the Etherwire video to play on?
destigmatization of sex torture is very important. The victim should know where to report, destigmatize it totally, and pursue the criminal with all their might.
Out of around 460 companies, I have noticed only 5-6 companies are women driven. If a woman-led entrepreneurship company come and list on SME exchange, you say that instead of 10 lakh rupees, they are already giving 10 lakh rupees, you got a check of 50 lakh rupees.
She is a silent fighter and a proud Amchi Mumbai girl. She has worked 24/7 so that our markets don't sleep. She is a woman who eats number for breakfast, thrives on precision, and yes, works on tech. Meet our Desi Dhaakad, Vaishali Babu.
Mrs. Rao has devoted her life to interpreting ancient texts like the Bhagavad Gita, making them relevant to modern lives.
Not being in race is an interesting positioning, which I took it not because of, I think, anything else. It's just probably a little bit of nature, but largely laziness.
That was a wonderful video. Moving on to the Shakti credits. May I invite on stage Mrs. Sarita Bell to speak a little about the Shakti Credit Initiative.
Am I audible now? Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As a board member of Etherwire.AI, it's my absolute honor and privilege to welcome you to the unveiling of Shakti Credits. You know, when I first heard this from Jyoti, and you know, as her board member, she and I, we have a lot of debate. We disagree on a lot of things till we come to a particular point of agreement, was when you look at carbon credits, why do we need to look at the industry? Why don't we look at home? Why don't we look at women? And that's where the whole idea was born. So today we are unveiling the Shakti Credits, a first of its kind initiative that recognizes an often overlooked claim about climate truth, that real climate change can begin at home. Right? Through small changes that we could do to the way we cook, to the way we use transport, and many other ways. And why don't we tap that? Why do we have to go far into the industry? I think that will continue to be done. Right? But who's looking at this particular aspect of women at home or people at home who can contribute to carbon credits? So as we move towards Viksit Bharat, to the net zero commitment, the carbon markets are gaining momentum. We've heard from Mukund, Shalini, and we've seen that happening everywhere. And I have some numbers, and you'd be surprised. Globally and in India, women influence 70 to 85% of household consumption decisions. I mean, you go back to your home, who's deciding what to cook, when to cook, how to cook? It's the woman. Right? So, and our research is confirming that. We have conducted a research with the help of Kohinoor Managed Business School. The students are with us. And we are extremely grateful to our partners in this research, Indo-Orient and Duravit. They're all present over here, without whose support this research would have not taken place. So the preliminary findings, we have a target of covering around 25,000 people with a survey across 12 states. We will be unveiling the preliminary findings done around 300 to 400 people. And I think there is a deck that we will take you through. But maybe a short film, Jyoti, if I'm right, on Shakti Credits. Yeah. I invite the team to be on the stage, please. Rajiv, Svetlana. The survey questionnaire was designed by the students, carried out by the students. I'm completely in awe of the way they worked and led by them. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And may I invite Dr. Mukundrajan to unveil, maybe with the sound of the gong, and then we'll show you what the study is all about. Please stay on the stage. We are just running the slides. May I request you to be on the stage? We'll just show the findings. The preliminary findings won't take more than 5 minutes. But this is interesting. I think in a short span, the students were able to cover 300 to 400 people. And this is what they came up with. Can I have the slides, please? Three aspects: the gender differences, behavioral shifts, and how can we make this scalable? Next, please. And of course, as I said, we are looking at women who have a very critical role to play in sustainability. All the questionnaires were done by the students. Few key findings that we are presenting over here. Of course, the survey will continue. And we spoke to a majority of women, 52% of women. And the young age, we're capturing the Gen Z of today. It's no surprise the Gen Z is most aware and most clued in into what's happening with the environment. This is an area we all need to work on. I'm sure when you look back at where you stay, do you really segregate waste or not? And this is the critical part. If you were aware and if you had the right information, you would do the change. Thank you very much for your patience. Any 2 words from you, Dr. Rajan, about this thought of capturing women and the whole thing of Shakti Credits? Or any thoughts from you on this?
I was just commenting on the scope of the study. It's fantastic, and I think women really have a huge role to play. And as we were just discussing, it all starts with that very simple activity in the home, segregation. I think our cities, we are all experiencing already, are becoming extremely problematic in terms of hygiene, waste management. And if you can start with segregation, which is, I think, a personal thing. It shouldn't be just something that the government insists on, or the rubbish collectors refuse to collect unless you segregate. It has to come from each one of us from within. And the connectivity with energy, bioenergy, the carbon credits you could generate, and then all the other things that you could extend this into. So I think very good insights, and hopefully you'll build on this body of work and so much more that we can expect from women. I don't want to see women only in the house, but they have a huge ability to influence change that must start with each one of us personally in our families, and that starts at home, of course.
I will keep you engaged and informed of the study. Thank you very much. Thank you, students. Thank you, Etherwire. Have a
May I please invite Mr. Soumyakant again on stage to hand over the bouquet to the kids. And Mr. Sayog as well from Duravet, India. special thanks to Mr. Padi for the support that he's extended to us.
Rohan, can we invite you to felicitate Duraway?
Thank you so much, partners, for supporting the Shakti Credit. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your support. So that's Shakti Credit for you. I think such an innovative methodology, and the results are definitely going to be enlightening. Thank you, everyone, for sharing that with us. A lot to soak in, right? There has just been so much. I think this is a great time to take a break. तो हमने impact कड़क किया है, चाय भी कड़क है. Please enjoy your gupshup and please be back in 15 minutes क्योंकि picture अभी बाकी है दोस्तों. We'll wait for you on the other side of the tea break. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure chai khatam ho gayi hogi, lekin gupshup aur baatein nahi hui hongi. But please may I request you all to come back to seat. We have a very interesting, I don't want to give out the name, but a very interesting initiative that I'm going to place after this. So please get back to your seats and we'll start in the next 3 minutes. All right, friends, welcome back. And as we move on to the award ceremony, what better way to celebrate the timeless spirit of feminine strength than what we have lined up next for you? It is an immersive experience, and I would invite Anupama Vaidya to share more about it.
Welcome back after a wonderful break. I'm sure you all are already having an immersive experience. But what we are going to do on this beautiful platform of Desi Dhaakad Social Impact Awards is to experience that feminine energy in a very different form. That also in a very sacred period of Navratri. Navratri got launched yesterday, and I'm feeling that divine presence of that entire energy in every moment and everything that we are going to do in the second half. Changemakers, impact creators, being lived, experienced, and felt every moment. It's giving me shivers myself to see all of you together. And with that, I invite you to enter a very different space, the ethereal space. Etherwire and the ethereal space. Because when sometimes you meet quietly, powerfully, at times, a bigger mission and a movement gets launched. When serendipity brought Jyoti Rai and myself together, something clicked between us, something which we felt that there is something common that we are talking about. It was not just a collaboration, it was a shared vision of what's taking form. And that's what I'm here to unveil with all of you. It's a co-creation, it's a thought, it's a purpose. It's all about how a vision translates into reality. And Etherwire giving that entire expression. A space where Ether becomes expression, and stories are being brought alive with a lot of authenticity and originality. It's been tough for Jyoti, definitely, when she remains with the original stories. And believe it, I truly admire and respect her for this originality. The mastermind of Jyoti the magical mind with which she really brings every abstract thought and content into meaningful creation with a great sense of responsibility and conscience. And why I'm saying that, you will understand when I unveil what we are going to do. That authenticity, that responsibility, that conscience that she really brings to the table. And along with that, bringing my side to complement her as an integral part of a family, saying a depth of reflection and a grounded wisdom. When we both came together with this thought process, what we realized is we're creating a very simple yet very profound belief. And the belief is what we create today becomes culture tomorrow. Friends, it's a very profound thought, and that's what Ether stands for. Leaving behind a legacy for generations to follow those values and to create a culture that can resonate for lifetime beyond us. This year, the beats are changing. And how? Because from this belief, what really emerged is the Shakti reimagined, completely reimagined as the Navdurgas amongst us. Friends, let me kind of take you behind the scenes. Give me the audio, please, the audio visual. Have a quick glance at this before I come back.
Someone had to reimagine stories. When we see role models around us, in my career, to take an example, I have learned immensely from people around me by observing. And once you like someone, you want to be mentored from, you of course imbibe those qualities. You go and approach them. But if I like Durga Ma, how can I go and approach her as a mentor? And we have prayers for that, right? What if there's a whole series?
This concept is something which is like, when I heard about this, it was like something very different, something which is very unique, and I would have like been, I waited for this thing. I really wanted to, work on such concepts where, women has given this power and, that appreciation that they are here for, which I think in somewhere in a television or somewhere in a media that is lacking.
पहचाना नहीं हमने जाना नहीं वो है रक्षक असुरों की है काल हर काल में भिन्न रूपों में शक्ति उनकी रही हमारे साथ.
Reimagining Shakti is such a huge challenge, actually. It's 9 Shaktis coming together.
Reimagining is not always as simple as it appears. It requires old rules to be broken. It requires new formulas to be written.
The challenging part was to actually be able to conceptualize and reimagine Shakti in today's contemporary world and bring that two things together.
There is an element of compassion, there is an element of aggression. एक माँ की ममता भी है इसमें. इतने सारे emotions एक गाने में लाना यही सबसे खास बात है.
I mean, this concept has really made me, really has the goosebumps.
Reimagine the Shakti within, the inner flame, the quiet flame that exists within you, igniting it. That is the impact that I'm really looking forward to, what this Navdurgas as a co-creator creates for everyone around who goes and sees it again and again.
I had to go through a lot of references, keeping in mind the concept of the show. I wanted to keep it very Indian, earthy, and I wanted to try experiment with a lot of sounds and all. So yeah, so there was a lot of research behind it.
Me and Anupama had long hours chat that ये लोग कर पाएंगे क्या? ज्योति यहाँ पे बहुत सारे elements हैं और हमारे hurdle levels इतने ज़्यादा हैं कि कोई भी composer नहीं टिक सकता है.
I want this song to be remembered. It should be in their playlist for next few months or years. It should be in top 10.
I guess we hit the bullseye. We got the right team.
the producers were like really supportive, and they have given us a free hand to you know, try and experiment with new stuff.
Guys, लोग vocals खोल दो अपने. Don't save anything for the later day, guys.
What started as a small idea, today it is becoming massively huge.
एक चीज जो आपके साथ याद रहने वाली है पूरे नवदुर्गास में कि ये कंटेंट पहले नहीं देखा गया.
Thank you so much. Superb.
What you just witnessed is just a glimpse, ek jhalak, of what's going to come as a part of a larger vision, a docudrama series that is being directed by Jyoti herself. And on this day, on 20th March 2026, at this iconic and cosmic venue of NSE, we are going to unveil the title track of Navdurgas in presence of all of you as noble souls. With a lot of blessings from all of you, especially a place where we have the entire social impact so integral to our lives. So what better stage than today? This energy is what I'm asking you all to kind of give us as blessings. And with that great privilege and honor, the song of Shakti, where it's Etherwire's first musical, right, Jyoti? It's first musical, first direction by Jyoti. There are a lot of firsts to the credit for this. She stands for what it is. Spot the light, give the entire spark the platform, and make it shine bright. That's how even I'm out over here. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jyoti. You've been changing so many lives through you and your Etherwire platform. What a vision. Bringing this vision to life, who better than a duo who are also challenged in the entire process? We have Krunal Shah, the music composer, who was not just crafting music, he was giving the soul to the music. And along with Abhinav Sharma, an icon on voiceover, stepping into a very unknown zone of lending his voice as a lead singer. Amazing, Abhinav. I think so this is where it talks about how do we keep on reinventing ourselves. And to bring this entire thing alive on stage, we have Ashutosh Deshmukh, the choreographer, along with the incredible troupe of Nritya Roopan, led by Roopam, who are going to perform today. They're not just here for performance. Would you believe they've traveled all the way from Varanasi to be here for this program, practicing there back in Varanasi. Jyoti and myself looking at it virtually out over here, getting ready to rock the stage for Desi Dhaakad Social Impact Awards and creating that kind of an immersive experience and magical moments for all of you. So, can you all join me for an amazing experience of Shakti reimagined? How we look at Shakti in a very different way. So, can we begin?
शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः पृथ्वी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेवं शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
गरे सा सारे ग रे ग म ग म प म प द सा पद पद प म गरे सा सारे ग रे ग म ग म प द सा हर काल में भिन्न रूपों में शक्ति उनकी रही हमारे साथ पहचाना नहीं हमने जाना नहीं वो है रक्षक असुरों की है काल हर काल में भिन्न रूपों में शक्ति उनकी रही हमारे साथ पहचाना नहीं हमने जाना नहीं वो है रक्षक असुरों की है काल अब ना लगेगा दांव पे नारी का सम्मान कोई कर ले जितनी कोशिश हर कोशिश नाकाम बंधनों को तोड़ने की दी है ललकार नौ शक्तियां आई हैं लेकर नए अवतार नौ शक्तियां आई हैं लेकर नए अवतार इस कलयुग में करने महिषासुरों का नाश इस कलयुग में करने महिषासुरों का नाश इस कलयुग में करने महिषासुरों का नाश
Wow. I'm sure you're completely immersed into it and glued to your chairs, but I'm sure this kind of a performance and this song that you're dedicating to NSE requires a standing ovation. Absolutely. Thank you. Wonderfully performed, team. I'm so mesmerized. May I invite the team behind this entire anthem? It's not just a musical track. I would call it as an anthem of the Shakti. May I call upon Kunal Shah, Abhinav Sharma, and my very own dear Jyoti onto the stage, please. Come over. Amazing, lovely, super. So presenting the music composer, Kunal Shah, Abhinav Sharma, the lead singer. We all have been between us out of this comfort zone. The first time, the brainchild, the director, Jyoti Rai. It's her first attempt to do something very different and leave back a legacy for ages to come and generations to come, where, as I said, whatever we create today is going to become a culture for tomorrow. We feel responsible to leave behind these kind of thoughts. Thank you so much. And Jyoti, yes, surely. You want to say something before that?
Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. ये आप सबको dedicated है. tribute to my mom and every single mom. So thank you for watching. और इससे better platform नहीं था इसको introduce करने का. ये dedicated है हर awardees के लिए, इस impact के लिए, as Anupa mentioned. And I would request Vaishali Babu to kindly join us. And just a second. Ranjana ma'am, please join us. Please, we request you to join us to felicitate and acknowledge the cultural team here, which has been put together. Yeah. Thank you. Vaishali, something you would like to say?
Good afternoon, everyone, or rather good evening. I have known Jyoti from the capital market days, and I have seen the transformation that we used to be together in a meeting, fighting for a cause to improve the capital market and getting into such a technical discussions. From that to this, Jyoti, really hats off to her, first of all. Having said that, on a serious note, see, we as a women, I just strongly support her. I don't say we should play the women card. But there is so much of Shakti, there is so much of power. And what else than to demonstrate this via music, via dance? And that's a perfect expression that we are having it. Thanks, Jyoti. Thanks, Kunal. Thanks, the singers, for getting it. And thanks for the lovely presentation. And all the way coming from Varanasi. So it's a kudos to the women power. And I always feel that behind, on a little lighter note, behind every successful man, there is women. And there is, on a practical note, behind every successful woman, there is a bai at home. Okay? So she makes us enabled to be there wherever we are. So there is, what I mean, there is another woman. And whichever platform, people call me to talk on the risk management, what else, margining and all that, बहुत रुके सुके शब्द होते हैं. But that platform, I take few minutes to say to all the men and women alike here, please support a woman in your life. It may be your spouse, it may be your mother, it may be your colleague in the office, it may be your friend. She needs just 2 times emotional support once she gets married. And I have seen it, I've worked in an MNC, so I have seen it. Many women all around everywhere, they have the same problems. And once she has got the first child, she feels no, she should leave whatever she is doing it. By second child, she's a seasoned mother, so she doesn't really feel the need. But those 2 times, in whichever your capacity, they are the most loyal and your fruit-giving employees that you will have. So thanks a lot for making this day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'll just say 10 seconds. Hello, thank you very much. Thanks, Jyoti, for doing this. And this is especially special for me because I'm Bengali and Ma Durga embodies everything for us. And we are a matriarchal society. So as she said, behind every woman, there is a successful bai. I will say behind every woman, there are successful man. Today, I couldn't have been successful without many men behind me from my family. Thank you very much. And thank you, all of you. You were amazing, amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I would just request you to felicitate the troupe.
So can I have the felicitation for the Nritya Rupam troupe? Can you come ahead?
Please come ahead. Please, Nritya, all the girls come ahead.
Yeah.
You are the choreographer.
She choreographed. Okay. Rupam, along with Ashutosh. So we'll first felicitate the dance troupe. Come, Vaishali ma'am. Come in the center. Come in the center, Vaishali. So all the way today morning, they have reached at 3 a.m., traveled from Varanasi yesterday, and the same spirit with which they rehearsed after coming and the josh with which they have performed. Round applause for all of you. Keep it up. May I call Ashutosh ahead? So Ashutosh, is also, interestingly, a part and parcel of the docudrama series. And Ashutosh, we look forward to the killer role that you're going to play in our entire series. Is the mystery building around Navdurgas amongst us? We're looking forward to a lot of support, mentally being with us, coming and absolutely supporting us in every way. Thank you so much. Ranjan, dancers. May I have Krunal Shah? Krunal, this was definitely one of the most challenging things that you did, right? Any words? No? So that's Krunal for us, absolutely challenging his boundaries and did an amazing part of it. His work speaks for itself. And now, may I invite the lead singer, Abhinav Sharma. You deserve every round of applause, Abhinav. I still remember in the studio when we were kind of recording this song, and with our eyes closed, we were listening to Abhinav sing, and believe it, I was transported into a different world. For me and Jyoti, both of us sitting there, we knew we have nailed it. Right, Jyoti?
Totally. Abhinav, this is your 100th song.
So, good evening, everyone. The first time I entered this building was in 2009 to take the Amphi exam, right? Because I've spent some time in the banking space. And the second time that I walked into this building was this afternoon for the first original song of my life. And I'm immensely grateful to Jyoti, Team Etherwire, Anupama ji. And I have to say this, that these dancers really brought it all so much more alive. And inki aankhein jab maine dekhi to I was really overwhelmed sitting, at the rear. Thank you once again, everyone. And thanks to Krunal, obviously, for putting up such a great track, composed, arranged, everything. So all in all, it's an effort put in by a lot of people. But yes, I'm standing here in gratitude. Thank you.
So thank you so much. And we seek your blessings for Navdurgas to go to the floor shortly with this title track for the first time being unveiled in front of all of you at this iconic venue.
This is the power of art, I mean, while of course you all think this is physical, but I must, and I'm very sure it has touched all your souls, your spirits, your mind. That is the beauty of dance and music. And thank you so much for bringing it forward to us. It was beautiful. But moving on, we want to actually invite the entire grand jury once again on stage, Jyoti and the entire team on stage, because the NSE team wants to felicitate you for the brilliant work that you guys have done. So, welcoming Mr. Vineet Shastri, who is the AVP of Social Stock Exchange at NSE, and Kaushal Kumar, Senior Manager for NSE. Please may I invite the grand jury. It is all of your hard work that has brought this evening together, so it's good to receive some gratitude. आइए. All the jury members, please. Ranjana, Nandini, please. Vaishali, Vaishali, we're ready to see it. Sarita ji. Rohan Kanchan. Bhavesh Kothari ji. Do you want to say a few words? Sarita ji, Sarita Bal, please. I realize there are two Saritas, of course. So this is a very beautiful gesture of thanks. They're representing a small, small bull that we saw outside. A round of applause for these people. Of course, they are the ones who are responsible for all of this. Their hard work over months has brought this life to you. Thank you so much. Now we'll hand over the mic to Priya, who will take over the awards function for us now. Thank you so much. Thanks for bearing up.
Check. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. We've had a fantastic afternoon, and I'm here to take you ahead from here. So, quick introduction. My name is Priya Goradia. I'm an HR professional during the weekdays, and I NGO volunteer during the weekends, working with several NGOs, and thrilled to be here for the first ever Dhaakad Social Impact Awards 25-26. So let's hear a big round of applause for everyone who's been here earlier in the day today and for the brilliant performance. Let's get the evening started. So we are getting to the event, and I'm here to present the awards for the evening today. So keep the applause going as we move along. Let me begin with the first award. We proudly honor the Royal Rajasthan Foundation, recognized under the category of driving social upliftment and inclusive education that blends sports, purpose, and women-led transformation. May I please request Mr. Dilip Panda, COO and mentor of Royal Rajasthan Foundation, and Ruchika Sahani, head HR, to kindly come up on stage and receive this award and share a few words with us. May I please request Rohan Kanchan, Senior Director, Corporate Lead, India and South Asia APCO, to felicitate the winner. This is just the first award. We have a long evening ahead of us.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I accept the award in all humility for my team, who unfortunately could not be here because of some commitment back in Jaipur. And I accept this again with gratitude,
Because this award, when we take it back to our beneficiaries, it will act as a major motivation for them to be able to continue to do better what they are doing. Very briefly, what we do is our focus is women, and we have a bit of a twist in the definition. We do not say that we will come and empower women. We believe and we practice that women are already empowered. What they need are opportunities. What they need is guidance. What they need is encouragement, because that leads to building their self-esteem. It leads to building their self-confidence. And when I talk about beneficiaries, we are talking of women in rural Rajasthan. These are ladies who dream of achieving something in their life, of making a difference, and you give them an opportunity. They grab it with both hands. We commit to Desi Dhaakad. We shall continue in our support of our women in Rajasthan to be able to make a change in their lives, to make them happier, productive, and more contributing members of the society. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Sani, Mr. Pandey, and Mr. Kanchan. Thank you. Congratulations. It's now my privilege to recognize MUN, Center for Individuals with Special Needs, an organization recognized under the category of social upliftment, championing neurodiversity and inclusive employment. At the heart of this journey is Beverly Lewis, co-founder and CEO. May I please request her to come up on stage and share a few words with us to celebrate this moment. May I please invite Meenal Kothari, founder Millennium Divas, to give away this award.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much to the Desi Dhaakad team for this award. When we started MUN 15 years ago, the goal was very simple: to provide opportunities for people with disabilities to live a life of dignity, a life where their choice mattered. And little did we know that it would turn into what it has today, a movement where employment is the best form of inclusion that we know, and a movement where a person with disability can walk into a workplace, not as a charity case, not as a quota, but as a colleague. And I think through this journey, we've realized that we've learned more than we are teaching. We've been able to place so many people, but impact for us is not those numbers that sit on a spreadsheet. It's in the little things like when a person with a disability comes to us and tells us how useful he feels. When a parent now believes that their child has a bright future. When an employer also changes their perception and understands now that a person with a different ability can help achieve company goals in ways that they never anticipated before. And in a way that every passerby, a commuter, a shopkeeper, or even someone who accompanies them in the lift now knows and is quietly changing their own perception of inclusion. So that's about us, and thank you very much for being on this journey with us and recognizing and validating the work that we do. And I hope all of you will take a little step towards inclusion today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Ms. Kothari, for awarding this. Our third award for today is an organization that creates impact and transformation at scale. All organizations start with an impact or wanting to do impacts, but this one has managed to do at scale. It's recognized under the category of pioneer in scaling girls' education and gender equality in rural India. Swadesh Foundation is turning intent into action and change into a movement. May I please invite on stage Sushmita Murthy from Swadesh Foundation to accept this award. And may I please invite on stage Dr. Swati Lodha, Director of Mumbai Education Trust, to give this away.
Good evening to everybody. Firstly, a very big thank you to the jury, to Desi Dhaakad, to all the organizers for recognizing the efforts at Swadesh Foundation. For those of you who may not know, Swadesh works with holistic rural development, community-driven holistic rural development in villages of Maharashtra, of which education, of course, is a very big part. I accept this award today partly on behalf of the incredible team of Swadesh Foundation on the field, but largely on behalf of the girls, the communities, the teachers, and the villages that decided to join us as equal partners in this journey of change. You know, like we say at Swadesh, Swa se bane des, you make your own country. And awards like these, recognitions like these, are testimony to the power of community-driven change. So thank you once again, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations again. Real change begins when communities lead, and Educate Girls has turned this belief into a powerful movement. Honored under the category of social upliftment, pioneering scalable finance and community-led solution for girls' education and empowerment, the organization has created an innovative model that brings local champions, data-driven strategies, and sustainable financing to ensure no girl is left behind. May I please invite Vijay Lakshmi Saxena, CFO of Educate Girls, to accept this award and to share her journey with us. May I also invite Sarita Bal, Independent Board Director, CSR, ESG, and Corporate Governance, to give away this award. A big round of applause for the winners.
Good evening, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here today at the Desi Dhaakad Social Impact Awards. On behalf of Educate Girls, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the grand jury, the NSE Social Stock Exchange, Etherwire.AI, and the RB Foundation for this recognition. We are deeply humbled to receive this award for pioneering scalable finance and community-led solutions for girls' education and empowerment. It is truly humbling to be acknowledged by a platform that celebrates unstoppable spirit of Indian women in organizations as agents of progress who drive measurable social change at grassroots action and contribute to the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. I stand here as the CFO of Educate Girls, but more importantly, someone who sees finance, when designed with intent, can become a powerful force multiplier for social change. In the non-profit sector, mission and money are often seen as competing priorities, but in reality, they are inseparable. A strong mission without financial discipline is not sustainable, and financial rigor without purpose is like kind of losing its soul. The real leadership challenge is to bring the two into alignment. At Educate Girls, we have worked to build financial models which are not just rigorous but also deeply aligned with outcomes. It means that we need to build resilience through scenario planning and thorough risk mitigation. Our journey with innovative financing includes the world's first development impact bond in education, and that has actually reinforced a critical insight. Where capital is tied to outcomes, it drives discipline, accountability, and better results for communities. And today, we did hear Mr. Harish Ahuja talk about the Social Stock Exchange, and we are seeing that platforms like this are really an evolution of this thinking. We are one of the early nonprofits under the Social Stock Exchange to have witnessed how capital markets can be harnessed to advance equity in education. We listed, and through the mobilized funds, we empowered to improve the enrollment and retention of the marginalized out-of-school girls and to improve learning outcomes in foundational literacy and numeracy for children in the most rural and tribal communities of the Bahraich district in Uttar Pradesh. So today, Educate Girls, we are an 18-year-old organization, and since inception, we've mobilized 20 lakh million girls for school enrollment, supported learning outcomes of 24 lakh children across 30,000 villages in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Bihar. We also run the largest second chance program for young girls and adolescent women who have dropped out of school, enabling them to complete their 10th grade credentialing through open school system. By 2025, we are aiming to empower 10 million learners. For us, finance is about credibility, transparency, and enabling trust. It is about ensuring that every rupee that we raise, essentially how can that convert into meaningful impact and measurable change that it can bring to the lives of the girls. This recognition truly enforces a belief we hold deeply that when communities lead and capital aligns with purpose, transformative change is inevitable. This award is dedicated to our field teams, our Team Balika volunteers, our partners, and more importantly for our girls who show extraordinary courage every single day to claim their right to education. Thank you for believing in this mission and for strengthening the ecosystem that sustains meaningful change. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, congratulations to all the winners this far. I'm going to take a moment to thank all our sponsors who have, without whose support this event would not have been possible. A special thanks and gratitude to NSE, NSE SSE, Etherwire.AI, RB Foundation, Serum Institute of India, Aditya Birla Group, Duravit, Shilpa Thapar and Associates, Atlas Skill Tech University, Aspire for Her, Millennium Divas, Mentor My Board, Kaizen Communications, and Shoppers Stop. Let's hear it for our sponsors, please. And also as a token of appreciation, Shoppers Stop has got some gifts for all our winners. For the ones this far who've come on stage, please do collect it separately. We will include those now as we go along. Every child deserves a chance to learn, and Spark a Change Foundation is making that chance a reality. Recognized under child education under the social upliftment category, the foundation is working at the grassroots to open doors to learning for children who need it the most. May I please invite Nirmala Venkatesan, founder and CEO, to join us on stage and share the journey And may I please request Kailash Purohit, Group Company Secretary of Motilal Oswal Group, to give away this award. May I please invite Kapila from Shoppers Stop to come away and give away the Shoppers Stop award as well.
Good evening, everyone. And it's been an amazing evening so far. Thank you so much to all the organizers for putting together such a wonderful show. And thank you, Desi Dhaakad, for honoring us with the award. Spark a Change has been around for 10 years. When I started, it was more with the intent to provide opportunities to every child who we could. And this award goes out to my team, to the volunteers who selflessly come 2 to 3 hours every week to teach children. That's the whole idea that, you know, everybody has it in them to spark a small change in a child's life. We are now focused more on early education. So we work with BMC schools to provide classroom support to children of age 3 to 6 years. And we also provide scholarships to older children to help them graduate and pursue vocations of their choice. So I'd urge everyone here to please take the time out to volunteer. There is a lot of grief in the world, and all of us together can definitely make it a better place for children tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Opportunity in sport begins with access. And the Vilu Poonawalla Foundation is creating just that, and the spaces where potential can truly thrive. Recognized under the category of Sports Development and Inclusion Award, Excellence in Sports, Infrastructure, and Inclusive Athletics, they have nurtured hearing-impaired women's cricket teams across India and encouraged diversity in athletics. May I please invite Mr. Jaswant Narang, CEO of the Vilu Poonawalla Foundation, to accept this award. And may I invite Sarita Hegde Roy, President 3C in India Collective, to give this away, please. Jaswinder, I'm sorry about that, it's Jaswant. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Romaji, thank you very much. Thanks for inviting us and, of course, appreciating the work we do. You know what? I have never attended such a serious event in my life. You know, nobody's laughing, nobody's joking.
I agree.
Man, I'm sitting in the back and I say, yeah, you know, I'm used to people having some humor, some fun, some jokes. So on a lighter note, I'm going to share a small story with you, which just happened a little while ago. And in that regard, can I take the liberty of inviting one gentleman here? Melroy DeMello, please come up. So, during the intermission, we're all having some chai coffee outside. and I'm having a tea, sitting on a sofa quietly, and this gentleman whose name is Melroy DeMello, Habibi, come closer. So, you know, baton mein, so he asked me, he said, sir, what's your name? I said, my name is Jaswinder Narang. What do you do? I said, well, I'm the CEO of Vilu Poonawalla Foundation, which is part of Serum Institute of India. I said, how about you? He said, plant a fucking tree. I said, listen, we will plant trees, but what I'm asking you is, what's the name of your NGO or your foundation? And again, he says, plant a fucking tree. Which is true, isn't it?
So, my foundation is 4 years old. It's called Plant a Fucking Tree, and we plant... we figured that it makes a very strong impact on the audience we want planting trees, which is the Gen Z crowd. So when you tell them plant a tree, they don't listen, but if you tell them plant a fucking tree, they hear. So yeah, that's about it.
Now we are into various initiatives in our under VPF, you know, girls' education, commercial sex workers we support, transgenders, leprosy, etc., etc. So if I go to my boss, Adar Poonawalla, and I'll say I need some money from you for plant a fucking tree, I'll be fired. I'm sorry, this is all humor. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Well, thank you for introducing us to another NGO this evening. Okay, and guys, I'm from HR, occupational hazard. You need to keep clapping, I'll keep repeating. All right. Thank you, and congratulations to all the winners this far. Agarkar Center of Excellence is recognized under the category of Sports Development and Inclusion, Innovation in Sports Education and Grassroots Integration. The center is creating a strong foundation where education and sport come together to nurture young talent. Please join me in welcoming on stage Fatima Agarkar to accept this award. And may I please invite Krishnan Kotian, founder Yana Sports, to give this away.
Thank you so much for that humor, Jaswinder. I think one thing that I've taken away from today, the first DD Awards, is that Doordarshan will no longer carry the acronym DD. It's going to be Desi. Come on, guys, you got to do louder. Desi. Thank you so much, organizers. And I do believe that recognition gives you that Shakti to carry on. We do little work to remind parents across the country, whether you're in a village or in a metro. Play is important. We have mental health issues in this country. We have addiction problems. This is not going to go away by any voice on social media to tell you not to do it. The way to address this is if our kids play more. Talent is across through the rural villages and in metros, and they all need to come together. But you know what? When we win T20, we're loving all the social media posts that celebrate champions. But these champions have had a whole village to raise them. Some of them make it to the T20 World Cup winning team. A lot of them don't. And I know I have a selector sitting right here. My husband knows you really well. She'll tell you that it's very difficult to pick 1.4 billion people. So what we try and do is to make sure that every child who wants to play is also educated. And we also say that the Shakti that women have, we also make sure that the men are more respectful, are more supportive. So Jyoti, all your dreams come true when we work. I think the pledge that we have to make today is to pay it forward, to have a lot more volunteers to come forward, a lot more support. I'm loving the bond that's going to be released. NSE has given us a lot of direction. You know, when I first went to raise funds for our foundation, I was told, आपका problem नहीं है, आपको सिर्फ बच्चों को खेलना है. You don't have a disease that's going to eradicate humans. You know, you don't have an education problem. You just want people to play. Honestly, sports solves a lot of problems. And one impact, Dr. Ahuja, if you want to hear, we had a chronic case where a girl child, extremely bright, did really well. We love her hundreds on hundreds. So she got a 98 in CBSE. But she dropped out because she came from a marginalized family where she was sexually abused by her father. She gave up sport because she had to work and feed her younger brothers and sisters. What our foundation did was give her an opportunity to continue. She's not made it as an athlete, but the education has surely provided her an opportunity to volunteer and make sure more girls study and play. So that's the impact we'd like to create, and like we said, all of us are paying it forward. We hope our little foundation does that. So thank you so much.
Recognized under the category of Financial Inclusion Advocate Award. Entrepreneurship training and micro-enterprise financial self-reliance. The Mandeshi Foundation has created powerful pathways for rural communities, especially women, to educate and build sustainable livelihoods through the entrepreneurship under the leadership of Chetna Gala Sinha. May I please invite Vanita Shinde, COO Mandeshi Foundation, to receive this award, and may I please invite Dr. Anupama Vaidya, Independent Director and Founder of Louis Origas, to give this away. Applause.
पुण्याहून आले आहे. तर मी व्यवसाय करते. मी मसाले, लोणचे, पापड, कुरडया, शेवई असं बनवते. 4 वर्ष झालं माझा व्यवसाय चालू आहे. तर मी आत्ता जवळजवळ 35 महिलांना काम देते आणि मी PMF योजनेतून 30 लाखाचं लोन केलं आहे. माझं फक्त 8 लाख रुपये लोन राहिलं आहे परत फेड करायचं. आणि मी आत्ता जस्ट 8 दिवस झाले दिल्लीहून आले आहे. मानदेशी फाउंडेशनतर्फे मला ONDCकडे माझी महाराष्ट्रातून मी आणि प्रीतीताई कोल्हापूरमधून त्या आणि पुण्यातून मी आमच्या दोघींची मानदेशी फाउंडेशनकडून निवड झाली. तिथं जाऊन खूप छान वाटलं आणि इथं आल्यावर पण मला खूप आनंद होतोय आणि हे सगळं श्रेय मी मानदेशी फाउंडेशनला देते. तर थांबते.
मनीषा ताई, मतलब मनीषा ताई, आपके यहाँ कितनी महिलाएं काम करती हैं?
35 महिला काम करतात.
तो मनीषा ताई बोल रही है उनके साथ 35 दूसरे महिलाओं के लिए उन्होंने जॉब क्रिएट किया है. मनीषा ताई जरा बताइए कि आप 4 साल से काम कर रही है और आपका टर्नओवर कितना है साल का?
पहले साल का मेरा टर्नओवर था 6 महीने का 1 लाख रुपए और अभी इस साल का टर्नओवर है 1 करोड़ रुपए. और मैं मंथली मैं मंथली 10 टन का पिकल जाता है मेरा, ऑनलाइन भी है और फार्म दीदी एनजीओ है उसे मेरा पिकल जाता है।
अभी लास्ट वीक मनीषा ताई ओएनडीसी में जाके आई। ओएनडीसी में वहाँ के अधिकारियों के सामने उन्होंने स्पीच दिया। वुमेन्स डे के अवसर पे उनको इनवाइट किया था। मनीषा ताई, वो आप लखपती दीदी का जरा बताइए।
हां, महाराष्ट्रातून माझी लखपती दीदी म्हणून पहिली निवड झालेली होती। तर धुळे जळगावमध्ये मोदींच्या हस्ते सत्कार झाला होता।
मनीषा ताई, ये जरा बताइए कि आपका सेल कितना रहता है मंथली?
मंथली मेरा सेल 170 लाख रुपए रहता है। कम ज़्यादा होता है,
मतलब टनों में?
नहीं पिकल या टनों में। 10 टन का सेल रहता है और मसाले का भी
10 टन का मंथली। ये सिर्फ वो पिकल्स का बता रही है, सिर्फ पिकल्स का।
और मसाले का भी मेरा ब्लैक मसाला, कांदा लहसुन मसाला, धना पाउडर, बिरयानी मसाला और ये गावरान पिकल है ना, गाँव में जो बनाती है वो भी मेरा जाता है। 500 किलो का, 600 किलो, 700 किलो जाता है।
Well, let's hear it for them and thank you so much Vanita for coming up and taking this
Thank
award.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Recognized under the category of Financial Inclusion Advocate Award. Social enterprise incubation, entrepreneurship training, and micro-enterprise financial self-reliance. Pure India Trust is an organization nurturing grassroots entrepreneurs and enabling them to build resilient and self-sustaining livelihoods. Please join me in welcoming on stage Medha Naruka to receive this award, and may I please invite on stage CS Shilpi Thapar, founder and CEO of Shilpi Thapar and Associate Companies, to give this away. Let's hear it for them.
थैंक यू सो मच देशी धाकड़ टीम, जो आपने हमें एक बहुत बड़ा स्टेज दिया यहाँ आने का। प्योर इंडिया ट्रस्ट 2013 से अभी महिलाओं के साथ काम कर रहा है। जैसा अभी पहले आपने देखा, एक उन्होंने अचार और पापड़ का बिजनेस का उन्होंने बताया, वैसा ही हमारे जो महिलाएं हम देखते हैं 14 से 18 घंटे सभी घरों में महिलाएं काम कर रही हैं, लेकिन फिर भी हमारे घरों में उनकी उतनी वैल्यू नहीं होती। उनके जो डिसीजन होते हैं वो घर में माने नहीं जाते। तो प्योर इंडिया ट्रस्ट भी ऐसी महिलाओं को आइडेंटिफाई करता है, क्योंकि हर गांव में एक या दो महिलाएं ऐसी होती हैं, उनके सपने बहुत बड़े होते हैं लेकिन वो कुछ सोच के बाहर नहीं निकल पाती। तो प्योर इंडिया ट्रस्ट ऐसी महिलाओं को आइडेंटिफाई करता है, उनको बहुत छोटे छोटे बिजनेस जो उनके घर से शुरू कर सकते हैं, जैसे अचार पापड़ का अभी हमने देखा, वैसे ही ग्रॉसरी स्टोर, पार्लर, टेलरिंग, बहुत छोटे छोटे बिजनेस हम लोग उनको स्टार्ट करवाते हैं। 1 साल की मेंटरिंग भी देते हैं ताकि वो बिजनेस को और आगे लेवल तक लेकर जाए। अभी तक 2013 से 7000 महिलाओं को हम लोग एम्पावर कर चुके हैं। वो आज अपने जो देसी धाकड़, आपने जो नाम देखा, वो अपने गांव की देसी धाकड़ है, वो अपने डिसीजन खुद ले पा रही हैं। और हम ये एक विज़न रखते हैं कि हम 2030 तक ऐसी 25,000 महिलाओं को अपने साथ जोड़ें और ये विकसित भारत का जो एक सपना नरेंद्र मोदी जी लेके जा रहे हैं, उसमें महिलाएं भी साथ लेकर आए, महिलाएं भी साथ बढ़ते हुए जाएं। जो पुरुष के साथ में महिलाएं नहीं निकल पा रही हैं, बाहर कुछ नहीं कर पा रही हैं, वो छोटे छोटे बिजनेस को ही एक बड़े सपने के रूप में और आगे बढ़े। थैंक यू सो मच। प्रशांत जी, आप भी साथ में आइए।
recognized under the category of health and sanitation excellence. Integrated menstrual hygiene, wash and malnutrition prevention. Yuva Mitra is improving health outcomes, restoring dignity, and empowering individuals, especially women and children, to lead healthier, more confident lives. May I please request on stage Manisha Pote, Executive Director, to receive this award, and may I please invite Sahyog Bharti, Durabit Managing Director, India and SAARC, to give this away.
नमस्कार सगळ्यांना. मगाशी या ताईंनी बोलल्यापासून मला असं वाटलं की आपल्या सगळ्यांना मराठी भाषा बोलता येत नसेल येत, पण कळते सगळ्यांना. आणि या महाराष्ट्रात मराठी भाषा बोलली पाहिजे. माझी मातृभाषा पण मराठी आहे. मी या युवा मित्र संस्थेची सुरुवात मागच्या 30 वर्षापासून केलेली आहे. 1995 पासून मी ग्रामीण भागात काम करते आणि हेल्थ, सॅनिटेशन, नंतर कुपोषण, याबरोबर लाईव्हलीहूड, पाणी, शेती या सगळ्या विषयाला धरून युवा मित्र काम करते. हा जो MHM किंवा मासिक पाळी व्यवस्थापन, वॉश आणि महिलांच्या आरोग्याचा प्रश्न आहे, हा ग्रामीण भारतातला सगळ्यात मोठा प्रश्न आहे. आजही आपण भारत विकासाचा देश म्हणून मानतो, पण आपण आज भारताकडे बघितलं, ग्रामीण भागात बघितलं तर महिलांच्या समस्या खूप अवघड आहेत. आणि या प्रश्नाची सुरुवात मी माझ्या स्वतःपासून केलेली आहे. ज्या घरात माझा जन्म झाला त्या घरात मी संध्याकाळी 7 नंतर बाहेर काय असतं हे पाहिलेलं नाही आहे. मासिक पाळीचं व्यवस्थापन कसं केलं पाहिजे, हा प्रश्न काय आहे, याच्या आरोग्याच्या समस्या काय आहे, याचा अभ्यास करून 2011 पासून मी ग्रामीण भागात या प्रश्नाला धरून काम करते. आणि आत्तापर्यंत मी जवळजवळ 4.5 लाख महिलांपर्यंत हा कार्यक्रम नेलेला आहे. अडोलसनबरोबर जेंडर या विषयाला धरून काम करते. आज समाजामध्ये आपण जे बघतो की मुलींवर अत्याचार होतात, ते महिलांवर अत्याचार होतात, ते पण याचं सगळं मूळ आहे ते जेंडरमध्ये आहे. कारण आपण मुलींना कधी ओळखच करून देत नाही की तू पुरुषांनी इतकी सशक्त आहे. त्यामुळे हे सगळे प्रश्न आपल्या देशामध्ये आहे, आज आमच्या ग्रामीण भारतामध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणात आहे. ते याला धरून मी काम करते. मालन्यूट्रिशनमध्येही काम करते. आणि सगळ्यात मोठं काम म्हणजे याला धरूनच एक करते ते म्हणजे लाईव्हलीहूड. मी शेळी म्हणजे आपलं जे गोटपालनाचं जे काम आहे, व्यावसायिक दृष्टिकोनातून शेळी पालनाचं काम मी 21,000 महिलांपर्यंत नेलेलं आहे. आणि मागच्या 5 वर्षामध्ये माझं असं स्वतःचं असं म्हणणं आहे की जी महिला आर्थिकदृष्ट्या सक्षम आहे ती आपल्या आरोग्याचीही काळजी घेऊ शकते, आपलं घर पण सांभाळू शकते आणि अनेक गोष्टींना म्हणजे महिलांवर होणारी हिंसा पण तिथे थांबवू शकते. कारण पैसा ही मोठी सत्ता आहे आणि ती सत्ता ज्या महिलेच्या हातात आली तिला कुठलीच गोष्ट अडवू शकत नाही. तर महिलांना जर स्वयंपूर्ण करायचं असेल, त्यांना खऱ्या अर्थाने सक्षम करायचं असेल तर त्यांना आर्थिकदृष्ट्या सक्षम केलं पाहिजे. म्हणून मी व्यावसायिक दृष्टिकोनातून शेळीपालन हे एक मोठं उद्दिष्ट घेऊन चाललेली आहे. आत्तापर्यंत 21,000 महिलांपर्यंत मी हा कार्यक्रम नेलेला आहे. त्याच्यातून शेळीच्या दुधाचं पाश्चरायझेशन, शेळीच्या दुधाचं चीज बनवते आणि आशिया खंडातली महिला शेतकरी कंपनी मी आशिया खंडातली पहिली कंपनी उभारली आहे. आणि ही महिलांची कंपनी चीज म्हणजे परक्या देशात भारताच्या बाहेर पाठवते आणि 21,000 महिलांना अशा पद्धतीने उभं केलं आहे की त्या प्रत्येक महिलेचं वार्षिक उत्पन्न 1,20,000 पर्यंत नेऊन ठेवलेलं आहे.
आणि मिस पोटे, वी विल हॅव टू सॉरी टू कट यू शॉर्ट. आम्हाला थोडा फटाफट करायचं असेल, एकदम टाइम झाला आता.
थँक्यू.
तर सॉरी टू कट यू शॉर्ट.
मला देसी धक्कडनी इथे बोलण्याची संधी दिली आणि मला आमच्या संस्थेला जे अवॉर्ड दिलं ते अवॉर्ड माझी जबाबदारी वाढवण्याचा आहे असं मी समजते आणि पुन्हा एकदा आपल्या सगळ्यांचे आभार मानते. धन्यवाद.
Congratulations. Apologies, in the interest of time, we are going to request all the award winners to take a minute and share the journey and make sure that we finish on time. All right. Recognized under the category of environment, sustainability, and climate. Indigenous-led ecological restoration and biodiversity conservation, Swayam Shikshan Prayog has enabled grassroots communities to restore ecosystems while strengthening local resilience and livelihoods. Please join me in welcoming on stage Naseem Sheikh, CEO of Swayam Shikshan Prayog, to accept this award. And may I please invite Vaishali Babu, MD and CEO, Indian Clearing Corporation Limited, to give this away. Let's hear it for them, guys.
We are humbled to receive this award on behalf of over 7 lakh women farmers. One of them is Vaishali Ghuge. I will hand over the phone to her.
थैंक यू. मैं हिंदी में बात करूंगी. मेरा नाम वैशाली घुगे है और हमारे प्रेमा ताई ने एक सपना देखा था कि जो ग्रामीण महिला है तो वो स्वयं पूर्ण बने, सक्षम बने. इसके लिए स्वयं शिक्षण प्रयोग पिछले 30 साल से ग्रामीण भागातील जो महिलाएं हैं तो उनके साथ हम काम कर रहे हैं. उसमें हम ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, एग्रीलाइट बिजनेस और उसके साथ ही स्वयं शिक्षण प्रयोग के माध्यम से 3 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में 9 FPC वो भी पूरी महिलाओं की है और उसमें जो भी मेंबर है वो भी सभी महिलाएं हैं. और सखी अन्न सुरक्षा मॉडल, 1 एकड़ मॉडल ये भी हम कर रहे हैं. उसमें हमारे खुद के फैमिली की अन्न सुरक्षा किस तरह से हो ये हम महिलाओं आगे चलकर करते हैं. इस तरह से हम स्वयं शिक्षण प्रयोग के माध्यम से हम महिलाओं को साथ में लेकर हेल्थ, एजुकेशन, उसके साथ ही हम हर गांव में विलेज एक्शन ग्रुप भी हमने बनाया है. उसमें जो हर कैटेगरी के गांव में जो हर कैटेगरी की जो महिलाएं हैं उनमें से लीडर चुनकर वो उन महिलाओं के समस्या के लिए गांव के साथ काम करें. इस तरह से स्वयं शिक्षण प्रयोग संस्था काम करते हैं. उसमें वाटर का भी है, उसके साथ सखी अन्न सुरक्षा ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग का भी है और उसके साथ एग्रीलाइट बिजनेस. मैं खुद फार्मर हूँ, मैं खुद बिजनेस में वुमन भी हूँ और मेरा एक फार्मूला है जो SSP ने ही मुझे सिखाया है. मेरी खाली 1.5 एकड़ खेती है तो उसमें 10 गुंठा खेती में मैंने मिल्क, पोल्ट्री और वर्मी कंपोस्टिंग का मेरा बिजनेस है. उसमें साल में एक साल में 10 गुंठे में 10 लाख मैं खुद कमाती हूँ और एक कमाने का तरीका मैं सब महिलाओं को मैं सिखाती हूँ मेरे खुद के फार्म पे आके. और बहुत सारी महिलाएं वो बिजनेस वूमन बन चुकी है. तो यहाँ पर आकर आपने हमारा सम्मान किया. हम प्रेमा ताई का वो सपना आगे चलकर भी हम पूरा करने की हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं और करते रहेंगे. सो थैंक यू.
बहुत अच्छा बोले आप हम सब की तरफ से. Thank you so much for coming and being with us. Tradition carries stories. Tisser Artisans Trust is ensuring these stories continue to thrive. Recognized under the category of cultural heritage, empowerment through indigenous art and craft revival, the organization is revitalizing traditional art forms while creating sustainable livelihoods for the artisan communities. Please put your hands together to invite on stage Dr. Megha Fansalkar, Tisser Artisans Trust, to receive this award. And may I please invite Dr. Lakshmi Murthy, Pro Vice Chancellor of the ITM University, to give this away. it for them.
Namaste. Thank you for having me here. I'll keep it short and bring some laughter also. Diana told me to keep it short. So, first of all, thank you for recognizing the magical hands behind handmade, handicrafts, handloom. You have not only helped us, but you are supporting a craft to revive. You may ask why do we need to craft to revive in a fast space journey of now? But they are the only ones who talk about climate resilience. They are the only one who talks about livelihood, and they are only one who talk about sustainability as a way of life, not for conscious living. The second reason why we are here, it's interesting to be in the craft space. Half of my life is to talk to the customers that why handloom and handicraft is costly, convince them. And half of my life goes to talk to my artisan that why they are underpaid despite a very strong product in hand. So it's a very interesting sector. And thank you for having us here. And our products, our women, our men, do not only weave carbon credits, they weave fingerprints on all their products. Thank you.
Samanvay Research and Development Foundation is recognized under the category of Innovative and Technology Impact Awards. Open source digital infrastructure for social sector, the organization is enabling scalable, accessible, and inclusive digital solutions that strengthen the social ecosystems. Please put your hands together to invite Mahalakshmi from the Samanvay Research and Development Foundation to receive this award. May I please invite Pooja Kanwar, lead corporate partnerships from Aspire for Her, to give this award. Let's hear for all of you for being such a great audience.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank the Desi Dhaakad platform for bringing together all the wonderful changemakers and bringing collaboration here. So we at Samanvay Foundation, we build the Avni, an open source platform. It is a digital platform that is used for field data management by the NGOs. So it is also recognized as a digital public good by the UN. So, because it helps in achieving our India's sustainable development goals. And I would like to be honest here. The real work is more done by the NGOs who work on the ground. So, for example, it could be a ASHA worker who crosses a forest or sometimes a river to basically track a high-risk pregnant women health on the field. Or it could be a Anganwadi worker who tracks details or malnourishment data of children on her Anganwadi. So we make sure, it is our privilege and we consider it as our responsibility to make sure all these NGOs who work on the ground are not facing any technological hindrance so that they can do their work efficiently. So that they are able to use technology in areas without internet connection. They are the people who need data to take decisions. They are able to get their data. The field workers or on the ground can use technology in the language that they know. So like recently, Mukund Ranjan sir and Shalini ma'am were talking about how AI would influence the field work on the ground. So we are also working on helping field workers improve their efficiency on ground via AI technology and also reduce the cost of our product itself using AI technology. So we are open source. Sure, yeah, just a minute. We are open source, which means it is available for free, means anyone can build on top of it, and no NGO are left behind because they can't afford a license. So thank you everyone. I accept this award on behalf of women field workers on the ground and the women leaders of other NGOs and the wonderful women, other women in my company. Thank you all.
Well, thank you, and I'm so sorry to cut you short. If I do that, apologies. In the interest of time, I need to monitor that. All right, a gentle reminder to all our winners. Please do not forget to take away the brilliant memento Shoppers Stop has very enthusiastically and very sweetly packed for all of you. We are not giving it to you on stage. Those are big hampers. So please meet the team backstage and collect them before you leave the venue. Recognized under the category of Innovative and Technology Impact Award. Driving future-ready tech talent and skilling initiatives for social transformation, Team Lee's Foundation Digital Arm is equipping individuals through focused skilling, industry alignment, and inclusive opportunities. Under the leadership of Neeti Sharma, CEO of Team Lee's Digital, may I request Munira Loliwala, VP Strategy and Growth, to please receive this award. To give away the award, may I please invite Divya Momaya, founder of Mentor My Board. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. Thank you, everyone. We represent Team Lees as an organization with the mission of putting India to work. We share a 50% partnership while we have taken this award, and that's exactly what our core employee ratio represents. Proud to have that at our end. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Only one quick vision here. Please advise every young girl that you see around you studying or wanting to get into education to pick up STEM. For any country, globally, economically, socially, culturally, to be viable, STEM is the most important thing. We usually give very easy subjects to most of the women, right? Take this, it's easier, aage kaam aayega, family will support. I don't think so. Easy things can be always done. They know how to do it. Please push them for the difficult stuff. And that's what Team Lees is all about. Thank you so much.
I think that's well said. We are all here because of the change we are bringing in our little spaces. Thank you for that. Kanchan Puri, KSA Lightning Designers, recognized under the category of Cultural Heritage Preservation Award. Architectural storytelling and monument conservation, she has dedicated her work to documenting, interpreting, and preserving historic monuments through immersive storytelling and conservation initiatives. Her work goes beyond preservation. She breathes life into forgotten spaces, ensuring that the cultural and architectural legacy of our past continues to inspire future generations. May I please request Kanchan Puri to be here on stage with us to receive this award, and may I invite Advocate Janvi Gurnani from the field of family law to give this award. HR calling, guys. We are telling people not to talk, but a little bit. Please. you. Still can't hear you. Okay. Why don't you come here?
Namaste, good evening. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I think all those beautiful stories we heard were just so humbling that I'm speechless. I think the best of all of us is yet to come. We have lots to give to the world.
Sorry, give me a moment, please. We've had some change. Recognized under the individual category of social upliftment, pioneering art-driven social upliftment and inclusive education across India. She has used creativity as a powerful tool to reach underserved communities, making spaces brighter, learning more engaging, and lives more hopeful. Please put your hands together to welcome on stage Rubal Negi from the Rubal Negi Art Foundation to receive this award. May I call Ranjana Maitra, Chairperson, CII, Indian Women's Network, Preston Region, to give this away.
Namaskar, good evening everyone. Rubal Nagi, Negi nahi.
Apologies.
No, that's fine. समय कम है, but I will make it quick and short. मेरा नाम रूबल नागी है, मैं एक एजुकेटर हूँ, सोशल वर्कर हूँ, आर्टिस्ट हूँ और अब एक मेरी किताब भी है जिसका नाम स्लम क्वीन है, एक ऑथर भी हूँ. रूबल नागी आर्ट फाउंडेशन आज 20-22 साल से देश के अलग अलग स्टेट्स में काम कर रही है और हमारा मेन एम सिर्फ 2 चीज़ों के ऊपर फोकस करता है और वो है एक बच्चों की अच्छी शिक्षा, क्वालिटी एजुकेशन एंड empowering our women. When I say empowering our women, I say it in all my speeches that till our women are financially independent, जब तक हमारी महिलाओं के बैंक में पैसा नहीं होगा और उनको खर्चा करने का हक उनके हाथ में नहीं होगा, empowerment नहीं हो सकती. रूम्स में बैठ के बात करने से empowerment नहीं आती. आज हमारी फाउंडेशन 21 स्टेट्स में देश के काम कर रही है और 8.5 लाख महिलाओं से ज़्यादा महिलाएं हैं जो पिछले 25 साल से हमारे साथ जुड़ी हैं, काम कर रही हैं और आज बहुत प्राउडली अपना घर संभाल रही हैं, काम कर रही हैं और आगे बढ़ रही हैं. बच्चों की एजुकेशन के बारे में मैं कहूँ तो मैं यही कहूँगी कि हर बच्चे का शिक्षा पे हक है. और बहुत साल पहले जब मैंने एक बच्चे से मेरी एक्चुअली जब एक इंटरेक्शन हुई थी आर्ट कैंप के दौरान जिसने एक पेंसिल नहीं देखी थी, I think that is the day my life changed for good. I always say it was blessing of God that I started young and we could reach out to so many children. And to all the women here, all the recipients of such an amazing award today and hearing their story, it already is so inspiring. और मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ कि अगर हम जेंडर इक्वालिटी की बात करें, women empowerment की बात करें, तो हमें ना पुरुषों से आगे जाना है, ना पीछे रहना है. हमें एक साथ हाथ से हाथ मिला के कंधे से कंधा मिला के चल रहा है. We are stronger together. So let's not always talk about why we need to empower women because as somebody just said that women are already empowered. We all are contributing in some way or the other. So keep up the spirit and keep helping each other. Life में अगर हम एक इंसान को भी अपने पैरों पे खड़ा होने के लिए सक्षम कर सकते हैं, हेल्प कर सकते हैं, I think सबसे बड़ा अवार्ड वही है. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm only going to continue if I hear a really round of applause. Okay, moving on to the next bit. I think you can start clapping from the first word that I say on, so keep watching. Some legend don't just play games, they change it forever. Honored with the Lifetime Legend Award under the sports category. Daina Idalji, Padma Shri and Arjuna awardee and former captain of the Indian women's cricket team, has been a true pioneer of women's cricket in India. Daina Idalji is not just the legend of the game, she is the legacy that continues to inspire Indian sport. May I please invite Daina Idalji to receive this award, and may I please invite Roma Balwani, founder RB Foundation, to give this away. And a big round of applause for Daina. I think this one calls for a standing ovation, doesn't it? Let's hear it again for Daina Idalji.
Hello. All right, I think this deserves a bigger round of applause. Come on, people, show her some love. Come on, guys. Before I hand it over to the legend, I think a big round of applause to Roma Balwani. Come on, make it louder. This is just the first time that we see an award of this scale for the women, and to Jyoti for doing this enormous task of putting up this entire event. Kudos to you, and for having legends like her. Show us some love, people. It's only when India's women cricket team won that we really got to know about the power of women. But let me tell you that women have been leaders right for years together, right from our grandmothers to our great-grandmothers. I think we saw that, right? I think the real power in them for being leaders, true leaders, is making India proud, and that really deserves a round of applause. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I'm really moved by the response I'm getting. I have actually, I think I'll take more than a minute, so don't cut me off. But I would like to thank the Desi Dhaakad team for giving me this honor. It is really a wonderful feeling standing here. Let me tell you, women's cricket has come a long, long way. We started in 1976. Today, 2026 is 50 years since I started playing, and I'm still surviving. And I'm happy to say that during this stint, the Indian women team won the World Cup under-19 twice and the T20 50 over 1 last November. That has changed the complexion completely. Women cricketers have become household names. Many of them are busy. They've got their managers and all. So as a standby, I'm coming to all the functions. So that is the thing. But I'm very, very happy because we are getting all the recognition as deserved. Women's cricket in our days was very different from what it is today. They are getting paid to play. We paid to play. That is the difference. But I don't mind it at all. I don't grudge them. I'm very happy that the foundation we laid has come a long way, and the construction that we have built, the building is coming up well, and absolutely we are competing with all the best teams and beating Australia twice in the semi-finals of a World Cup. That is the icing on the cake. I knew once we beat Australia in the semi-finals, South Africa wouldn't have beaten us. That was for sure. So that's it, and I'm very happy WPL has made a very big impact on the game, just as the IPL did it for the men way back. It helped, the crowds are coming in, paying crowds are coming in. It's not just that. When we played, yes, we did get crowds, but that was because the foreigners were playing in skirts. So, you know, they were interested in, like in Bihar or in Calcutta and all these places. No offense meant to them. But I would call them the genuine lovers because they really wanted to see how women were playing. We did get a little snide remarks in Mumbai. Women should not play cricket, stay in the kitchen. But we proved them wrong. We came out. And today, let me tell you, those same people are working with me side by side. So this thing, I must say, Mr. Agarkar is doing a great job too as a chairman of the selection committee. His team is also doing wonders. We've just won the World Cup. And now we've got 2 World Cups coming up, one in India and one in England. So it's unbelievable. Last Sunday we were in Delhi where 5 World Cup winning teams were felicitated, which has never happened with Indian cricket. And that is moving on. Along with that, I must say that the blind team also won the World Cup. So it's all types of cricket. Roma is doing a great job with the deaf. I was one of the guests at her T20 league at Matunga, and then she took the team to Sri Lanka. So you can imagine how much effort she is putting in to promote this game also. And let's all help. Being together, all the NGOs, there are other people here who I think have got deep pockets. Come forward and help her to succeed. Thank you very much for this great honor. I won't take more time.
Thank you for continuing to inspire us and creating the space for women that exists today. A lifetime dedicated to service becomes a legacy of impact. And Srimati Rajshri Birla embodies that legacy with grace and purpose. Honored with the Social Impact Lifetime Legend Award, she has been a guiding force behind transformative social initiatives across the country. As chairperson of the Aditya Birla Center for Community Initiatives and Rural Development, she has championed large-scale efforts in healthcare, education, sustainable livelihoods, and rural empowerment, touching millions of lives with compassion and commitment. Srimati Rajshri Birla is not just a leader in philanthropy, she's a beacon of enduring change and inspiration. May we please have the AV felicitating Srimati Rajshri Birla.
किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। मिटे जो प्यार के लिए वो जिंदगी, जले बहार के लिए वो जिंदगी। किसी को हो ना हो हमें तो एतबार, जीना इसी का नाम है, जीना इसी का नाम है।
हम लोगों को सुविधा दिया, बौली खुनवाया, टावर लगवाया। इसके बाद जो है कि हम लोग पूरे खेत सुधार कर लिए, तो जो है कि अब खेती करने लगे।
टेंकी जमा पाणी घेणं ते म्हणून ती मुझे देवा जावार एक मुडेरो बोझ तीर जा घेणं फायदा ते खूप फायदा मिळाला।
जो टेंशन पानी का प्रॉब्लम था, मेरा आधा दुख खत्म। अब कहीं भी मैं चला जाऊं, कोई भी खेती मर नहीं सकता।
खुद का बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना है बड़े होकर और कुछ बनकर दिखाना है। स्कॉलरशिप की मदद से मैं मेरी कुछ ज़रूरियात पूरी कर सकी।
हम पढ़े नहीं, लेकिन हमारे बच्चे पढ़कर कुछ बन जाए।
Once I got into a job, I told my father not to work now.
अगर हम लोग को सहयोग नहीं देता तो हम लोग कुछ नहीं कर पाते।
Nella fantasia io vivere un mondo giusto, lì tutti vivono in pace e in onestà. Io sogno d'anime che sono sempre libere.
we will be conferring this award to Srimati Birla in her office in person. Before we move ahead, a grateful thanks again to our sponsors and support partners, NSE, NSE SSE, Etherwire.AI, RB Foundation, Serum Institute of India, Aditya Birla Group, Duravit, Shilpa Thapad and Associates, Atlas Skilltech University, Aspire for Her, Millennium Divas, Mentor My Board, Kaizen Communications, and Shoppers Stop. Thank you for making this evening happen. For a photo op, may I please request all the winners of today to come up on stage, followed by a vote of thanks by Roma, please. All awardees, can we have you on stage, please? Thank you. With that, I will sign off and I will hand it over. Thank you for making this so much fun and engaging, and y'all were a great audience. Thank you again. There are refreshments also post the event, so please do not go away. And awardees, please don't forget to take your gifts from Shoppers Stop after the photo op. Thank you. All the winners to be on stage, and a big round of applause, guys. We're almost done, I promise. Anyone left out? All winners on stage? All right. Okay, we have a lot of space on the stage. All partners and engaging people who've been here this evening, please join us, the partners especially, who've made this evening possible.
In the audience, Soumya. We have Duravit, we have Shilpi, we have Shoppers Stop. All the sponsors, partners, please come up. May I request the nomination committee and jury committee members also to join in, please?
Each story touching our soul. Amazing. What we witnessed today is not just a celebration or a recognition. It is something beyond what courage, conviction, and journeys mean all about. Can I have the music a little low? We just need 5 more minutes if I can have you all paying attention to a very, very interesting. I'm back again on stage. I'm filling in for someone who should have been here if not for her health, Dr. Rajni Tiwari. And she was supposed to conduct this last part before we give it to Roma ji for her vote of thanks. Now, each award that has been presented today is not just a trophy, it's a narrative. Or is it just a narrative? I would rather say it's a legacy. When I was listening to Priya announcing the awards and each one of the award winners speaking, it was giving me goosebumps and literally tears actually kind of